How Zoey Klein's exam disaster sparked a shocking turn in her life. Marriage and beyond. Hello friends, I am Elena, welcome to my channel. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Zoey Klein's academic setback sparked a chain of events that completely transformed her future, leading to marriage and a life that nobody, not even Zoey herself, could have predicted. Let's go back to where it all began. Zoey Klein, the beloved daughter of Bill Klein and Dr. Jennifer Arnold, was already familiar to millions through the TLC reality series The Little Couple. From the outside, it might have seemed like Zoey had a perfect life, supportive parents, opportunities, and a platform where her journey was shared with fans around the world. But what most people didn't know was that Zoey faced the same pressures and struggles as countless young people everywhere. The pressure to succeed in school, to meet expectations, and to prove herself in a world that often underestimates those who are different. The turning point in Zoey's story came with what is now remembered as the exam disaster. It was one of those defining moments that seemed like the end of the world at the time, but actually became the beginning of a far greater journey. Zoey had been preparing for months for an important academic test. This wasn't just any test, it was the kind of exam that could influence her academic path, her career choices, and even the way she saw herself. She studied late into the night, surrounded by books, notes, and endless cups of tea. Her parents encouraged her, reminding her to take breaks, to balance stress with self-care. But Zoey was determined to push herself harder, convinced that anything less than success would be a failure. Zoey froze. The pressure, the anxiety, and the weight of expectation became too much. She stumbled through questions she had once answered with ease during practice. Time slipped away faster than she could manage. By the end of the exam, Zoey knew she hadn't performed the way she hoped. The results confirmed it. She hadn't just fallen short, she had failed too. A young woman who had worked so hard, this felt devastating. Failure, especially when you've poured every ounce of energy into success, can shake your confidence to its core. For Zoey, it wasn't just about the test, it was about what the failure seemed to represent. She felt like she had let herself down, and even worse, like she had let down her parents and everyone who believed in her. This is where Zoey's story takes a powerful turn. 'Cause instead of hiding away in shame or giving up, Zoey began to reflect on what this failure meant. She realized that maybe, just maybe, success wasn't about perfection. Maybe life had a different path for her, one that couldn't be measured by grades or test scores. First, she didn't know where that path would lead. The months after the exam disaster were filled with uncertainty. Zoey took time to heal, to rebuild her confidence, and to remind herself that she was more than a number on a piece of paper. She explored new interests, dove into hobbies, and surrounded herself with supportive friends who reminded her of her worth. It was during this period of soul-searching that Zoey met someone who would change everything. First, it was casual, just a friendship built on mutual respect and shared laughter. This person didn't see Zoey through the lens of failure or success. They saw her for who she truly was, resilient, kind, and full of potential. For Zoey, it was refreshing. For once, she wasn't being judged by performance, but simply appreciated for being herself. As time went on, the bond deepened. What started as encouragement after a tough season turned into late-night conversations, endless laughter, and eventually love. And that love became the next chapter in Zoey's story, the chapter that nobody could have predicted when she was sitting in that exam hall, convinced her life had just fallen apart. Marriage wasn't something Zoey had envisioned so soon. Like many, she thought she'd finish school, establish her career, and then think about settling down. But life doesn't always follow the plans we make for ourselves. Sometimes it throws us curveballs, failures, setbacks, detours that actually lead us exactly where we're meant to be. Zoey's marriage wasn't the end of her dreams. It was the beginning of new ones. Her wedding wasn't about perfection, extravagance, or meeting anyone's expectations. It was about love, resilience, and the beauty of finding joy after disappointment. Surrounded by her family, her friends, and those who had supported her through every step, Zoey stepped into marriage not as someone defeated by failure, but as someone who had turned that failure into strength. And beyond marriage, Zoey's life has continued to blossom. She has proven time and again that one setback doesn't define you. She has used her platform and her story to inspire others, especially young people who feel crushed by academic pressure. Her message is simple but powerful. You are more than your grades, more than your exams, more than society's expectations. You are defined by how you rise after you fall. How many of us have been in Zoey's shoes? Maybe not on a reality show, maybe not in the public eye, but sitting in a classroom, staring at a test paper and feeling like our future depended on those few pages. How many of us have walked out of that room convinced we ruined everything? And yet, life has a way of surprising us. Sometimes the very thing we fear the most, failure, is the thing that sets us free. For Zoey, that exam disaster became a blessing in disguise. Pushed her to step back, to re-examine her life, and to open her heart to new possibilities. Without that failure, she may never have taken the detour that led her to love, to marriage, and to a future brighter than she had imagined. This is why her story resonates so deeply. It's not just about Zoey. It's about all of us. It's about the way life unfolds when we least expect it, about the way setbacks can become stepping stones, and about the way love often finds us in our weakest moments, reminding us that we are worthy of joy even when we feel unworthy. Zoey's journey also sheds light on an important truth about education and expectations. We live in a world where young people are often judged by scores and results, where the pressure to succeed can crush creativity and confidence. Zoey's story reminds us that true success isn't about being perfect. It's about resilience, growth, and the ability to find purpose beyond setbacks. Today, when Zoey looks back, she doesn't see that exam disaster as a scar. She sees it as the spark that ignited everything else. It was the failure that led to her greatest success, not because she got the grade she wanted, but because she found the life she needed. And so, her story continues, with marriage as just the beginning. Beyond marriage, Zoey has built a life defined not by exams but by experiences, not by failure but by faith, and not by fear but by love. She's become a role model not because she's perfect, but because she's real, because she's living proof that sometimes the worst moments can lead to the best outcomes. So, what can we learn from Zoey Klein's journey? 3 things stand out. First, failure is not the end. It's an opportunity to grow and redirect. Second, love has the power to transform pain into joy when we least expect it. And third, the path to happiness is rarely straight, but it's always worth walking. Friends, remember this. Life's shocking turns aren't meant to destroy us. They're meant to guide us to the places we're truly meant to be. For Zoey Klein, it took an exam disaster to uncover a future filled with love, marriage, and a life beyond her wildest dreams. For you, it might be something else. But the lesson remains: never let one failure define your future. Thank you for joining me in exploring this incredible story. If you found inspiration in Zoey's journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that remind us all of the beauty of resilience and the unexpected turns of life. Until next time, remember, failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of it. The journey of the little couple is one that has resonated with millions across the world, not only because of the remarkable story of Bill Klein and Dr. Jennifer Arnold, but also because of the heartwarming ways in which their family has grown and thrived over the years. Their story has always been about more than just television. It has been about resilience, love, commitment, and the creation of a family filled with laughter, culture, and unforgettable memories. The addition of their children, Will and Zoey, has transformed the narrative of their lives into something deeply inspiring and universally relatable. This is not just the story of a television couple. It is the chronicle of a family who embodies the beauty of unconditional love, the strength of togetherness, and the joy that comes from cherishing every little moment. From the very beginning, Bill and Jen captured attention for their openness and their ability to show the realities of living with skeletal dysplasia. But when they welcomed their children into their lives through adoption, first Will from China and then Zoey from India, their story blossomed in new and unmissable ways. These 2 children brought new energy, purpose, and joy to the family, and over the years, fans have had the privilege of witnessing the many heartwarming moments that define their journey together. When Will was adopted, audiences immediately saw the tender connection forming between him and his new parents. He was a bright, curious little boy who was suddenly surrounded by love, stability, and opportunities that would help him grow. The early days were not without challenges: language barriers, cultural adjustments, and the inevitable process of building trust, but Bill and Jen approached every step with patience and compassion. The result was a strong bond that became visible to anyone watching. Will's personality began to shine almost immediately. Known for his humor, playfulness, and adventurous spirit, he quickly filled the Klein home with energy. Bill's easygoing nature and sense of fun often mirrored Will's developing personality, creating a father-son dynamic that warmed the hearts of fans. Jen's nurturing but structured parenting gave Will the security and confidence he needed to thrive. Together, they celebrated his milestones, from his first days at school to his growing interests in hobbies, sports, and exploration. Not long after Will joined the family, Zoey became the newest member of the Klein household. Adopted from India, her journey into her new life carried its own set of challenges. Like her brother, she was adapting to a new culture, language, and family environment. However, from the moment she joined, it was clear that Zoey brought a spark that would further enrich the family's dynamic. Zoey was known for her independence, her strong-willed personality, and her boundless creativity. While Will tended to bring humor and playfulness, Zoey contributed determination and a sense of individuality. Combination created balance in the family, and fans loved watching her blossom under the loving care of Bill and Jen. She brought her own traditions, her unique perspective, and an energy that made the family's story even more complete. One of the most beautiful parts of the Klein family story is the sibling bond between Will and Zoey. While their personalities are quite different, Will being laid back and Zoey being more assertive, they balance each other in a way only siblings can. Their playful banter, their moments of competition, and their shared experiences create memories that have been celebrated both within their family and by those who follow their journey. Whether it is tackling school projects, enjoying family vacations, or simply spending time at home, the duo creates countless moments of joy. Bill and Jen have always emphasized respect, kindness, and family unity, and this shines through in how Will and Zoey treat one another. Two siblings not only share in laughter but also in learning how to grow together while embracing their individuality. What sets the Klein family apart is not just the love between parents and children, but also the way Bill and Jen approach parenting with resilience and intention. They know the importance of nurturing individuality while instilling strong values. They encourage Will and Zoey to embrace their own passions, whether in academics, sports, or creative pursuits, while reminding them of the importance of family, responsibility, and empathy. Bill and Jen also model resilience through their own lives. Jen's career as a neonatologist and her battles with cancer have shown her children firsthand what it means to face adversity with strength and grace. Bill's humor, optimism, and dedication to supporting the family complement Jen's determination. Together, they show Will and Zoey that challenges are not roadblocks but opportunities to learn, adapt, and move forward. Another aspect of the Klein family's heartwarming story is their embrace of cultural heritage. By adopting Will from China and Zoey from India, Bill and Jen built a family that reflects the beauty of diversity. They have made efforts to connect their children with their cultural backgrounds while also integrating traditions from their American life. Celebrating diversity has not only enriched their family's life but has also taught Will and Zoey the value of understanding and appreciating different cultures. The result is a family dynamic that beautifully blends traditions, perspectives, and values from across the globe. It shows that family is not limited by borders or backgrounds; it is defined by love, acceptance, and unity. While many fans admire the larger milestones in the Klein family's life, what makes their story so touching are the small, everyday moments. Family dinners, playful evenings, homework sessions, and bedtime routines all reflect the love that binds them. Bill and Jen celebrate the little things with the same enthusiasm as the big ones, reminding everyone watching that happiness is often found in the simplest experiences. Holidays, birthdays, and family trips add even more joy to their journey. These events are not just about the celebrations themselves but about the togetherness that makes them meaningful. For Will and Zoey, growing up in a home filled with love, laughter, and tradition ensures that they carry forward a strong sense of belonging and gratitude. The story of the little couple and their children is not just entertainment, it is a lesson in love and resilience. It reminds us that joy is not dependent on perfection but on commitment to one another. Bill and Jen's family shows us that even when challenges arise, the bonds of family can create unmissable moments of happiness and growth. Their journey inspires viewers to cherish their own families, to embrace differences, and to see love as the defining force in life. Will and Zoey, in their own ways, have become symbols of resilience and joy, representing the beauty of what can happen when love is placed at the center of a family. As Will and Zoey continue to grow, their future will no doubt be filled with new milestones, new adventures, and new opportunities to share their unique gifts with the world. For Bill and Jen, parenting remains their greatest joy, and their children continue to inspire them every day. Together, this family will keep creating heartwarming memories, showing the world that happiness lies in love, laughter, and the bonds we build along the way. In the end, the little couple is not just about Bill and Jen's journey, it is about the joy that comes from family. The unmissable heartwarming moments with Zoey and Will remind us that life's true treasures are found in the love we give and receive, in the laughter we share, and in the strength we build together. When it comes to the world of television families and the stars who capture hearts across the globe, few names shine as brightly as Zoey Klein. From the very beginning, she has grown up in the public eye, surrounded by love, encouragement, and countless viewers who feel a deep connection to her journey. What makes Zoey's story so special is not just her place within her famous family, but the way fans have rallied around her with endless warmth, admiration, and support. This fan love has become a driving force in her life, shaping her public image and fueling her growing stardom in ways that are both inspiring and heartwarming. The center of Zoey Klein's appeal is her authenticity. She has been part of the little couple family story since she was a young child, and over the years, audiences have been able to witness her growth, development, and milestones. Unlike many television personalities who rely on scripted drama, Zoey's journey has been rooted in real family experiences, resilience, and love. Fans instantly recognized her charm, spirit, and the joy she brings into every moment. That recognition has transformed into a lasting bond that continues to grow stronger as she matures. One of the most remarkable aspects of Zoey's connection with fans is how genuine and universal it feels. People of all ages and backgrounds express their admiration for her. Parents see her as a role model for their own children, appreciating her kindness and courage. Young viewers are inspired by her confidence and playful personality, while older audiences admire the strength she embodies and the way she carries herself with grace. This broad spectrum of support is what sets her fanbase apart. It is not limited to a niche group but stretches across cultures and continents. Social media has become a powerful space where fans show their appreciation for Zoey. From heartfelt messages to creative fan art, the online community celebrates her accomplishments and cheers her on at every stage of life. Whether it's posting encouraging words on milestone birthdays, sharing memories of favorite episodes, or writing messages about how she has inspired them personally, fans continually express a deep affection that goes beyond typical celebrity admiration. They view Zoey not only as a star but also as someone who represents positivity, resilience, and joy. Zoey's parents, Jennifer Arnold and Bill Klein, often acknowledge the outpouring of support from fans. They understand how meaningful it is for their daughter to grow up knowing that people around the world believe in her. This collective love has become a source of empowerment for Zoey, reminding her that she is never alone in her journey. Every kind message or act of encouragement strengthens her sense of confidence and reinforces the idea that she is truly making a difference just by being herself. It is also important to recognize how fans have stood by Zoey through challenges. Growing up in the spotlight comes with its own pressures, but the unwavering positivity from her supporters has helped to shield her from negativity. Fans consistently highlight her strengths, encourage her dreams, and celebrate her individuality. This protective circle of love allows Zoey to thrive without feeling overwhelmed by the expectations that often accompany public life. Instead of focusing on fame, her community emphasizes compassion and care, creating an environment where she can flourish naturally. The impact of this love is evident in the way Zoey carries herself. She exudes a quiet confidence that reflects the encouragement she receives daily. Whether she is participating in school activities, engaging with family traditions, or exploring new opportunities, she does so with the knowledge that an entire network of fans is rooting for her success. That kind of motivation cannot be underestimated. It is a powerful reminder of how meaningful supportive communities can be in shaping someone's path. Fans also play a unique role in highlighting Zoey's accomplishments and growth. Every time she achieves a new milestone, from educational successes to personal hobbies, supporters celebrate these moments as if they were their own. This shared sense of joy creates a collective bond, uniting people from different walks of life around one central figure. In many ways, Zoey's story has become a symbol of hope and happiness, with fans finding inspiration in her journey and applying those lessons to their own lives. Another aspect that makes Zoey's fan support so extraordinary is its sincerity. Unlike fleeting celebrity trends, the admiration for her is deeply rooted in genuine affection. Fans are not drawn to controversy or sensationalism but to the everyday realities of a young girl growing up surrounded by love. They value her spirit, her resilience, and the natural happiness she radiates. That authenticity keeps the connection strong and ensures that the love she receives is lasting, not temporary. Zoey's stardom, therefore, is not just about appearances on television or social media. It is about the meaningful connections she has built with people worldwide. This is the kind of stardom that does not fade with time, because it is not dependent on fame alone but on real human relationships. Fans see themselves in her journey, and in turn they invest their love and energy into supporting her. That cycle of positivity creates an unbreakable bond that will continue to sustain her for years to come. As Zoey grows older, the love from her fanbase will undoubtedly remain a guiding light. It will empower her to pursue her passions, embrace her individuality, and make bold choices with confidence. No matter where her path leads, whether into new areas of public life, personal achievements, or professional endeavors, the foundation of unwavering support will always be there. Fans are not simply cheering for her from the sidelines, they are walking alongside her, providing encouragement, strength, and inspiration every step of the way. In a world where celebrity culture often emphasizes drama and negativity, Zoey Klein's story is a refreshing reminder of the power of love and positivity. Her stardom is not fueled by scandals or controversies but by authentic admiration and kindness from those who believe in her. The fan support she enjoys is not only heartwarming but also transformative, shaping her journey in ways that go far beyond the spotlight. Zoey Klein is more than a television personality. She is a symbol of joy, resilience, and authenticity. And the fans who support her are more than admirers. They are a loving community that has helped power her stardom. Together, they create a story that is not only inspiring but also deeply human, proving that at the heart of fame, love is.